I'm like all into this woo-woo stuff right now where I'm like, I'm going to be on the highest vibrations and I'm just going to make my baby feel so loved. But I'm like, who knows? I might be chaotic and like a crazy lady once my baby comes because I'm a crazy dog mom. So
Kaitlyn, how are you doing? You look great.
Oh, thank you. It's I've mastered the like out of the shower look where I just do the slick bun, throw in an earring and a wing liner, and it works for Zooms.
Good to go. I love it. I love it. And I'm so excited because you have these storefronts that you're curating for Amazon Wedding Shop. So tell me all about it.
Yes, I'm so excited because I'm going to be launching 3 collections of Amazon Handmade, which is going to be really exciting. Amazon Handmade, it shines a light on small businesses and individuals as well as their craft, which I love. I think that's really important. And that's why I decided to launch 3 Amazon Handmade collections. And I'm getting so excited about wedding stuff because I'm finally home and planning. And I love little handmade details. And I'm just excited to launch the first of the 3 collections because there's going to be accessories, there's going to be apparel, there's going to be jewelry and little keepsakes and a bunch of stuff that makes your wedding just unique as the couple you are.
I love that so much. And are any of these pieces going to be featured in your wedding as well?
Oh, yes. I already have a few. Jason and I, when we met, we always said that like the stars aligned and it was the universe bringing us together. And so when we first met, we got this picture of the stars aligning and where the stars were that night. And then we got one of them from Amazon Handmade. I got it for him for our anniversary, actually, of our engagement. And you can get that from the Amazon collection. There's one of my other favorites, we got a wedding sign, like a welcome to Kaitlyn and Jason, beautiful wedding sign made by Z Create. I got a little I love you candle. If you looked at my office right now, it's candles. I'm candle obsessed. There's an I love you candle from Sweet Water Decor. There are a bunch of like unique, handcrafted, beautiful things I'm going to involve in the whole wedding.
I love that so much. And like you said, now that you're home and kind of hunkered down and planning, do you guys have an overall theme to the wedding?
We just want it. Okay, we've gone back and forth with a bunch of different themes, but we keep coming back to like, we just want it to be like Gatsby themed, like kind of over the top, like really black tie affair, champagne fountains, like really not like us actually at all, but we'll have our own like unique touches throughout the whole wedding, but the vibe of it is going to be very over the top.
That's so cool. Have you said yes to the dress yet?
No, I'm only shopping online right now. I actually went to a couple little places in Nashville, but I'm trying to make it so my mom, Jason's mom, and my sister and my best friend can all be in one area at the same time, which is a lot harder than you would think. So I've done a lot of Pinterest shopping, a lot of like Instagram shopping, and then just went by myself to a couple of little spots in Nashville to get an idea. But I really want everyone to be together for the actual say yes to the dress moment.
I love that. Do you think you're going to have multiple outfit changes though?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And if you would have asked me that 5 years ago, I'd have been like, no, I don't care. I'll just have one. Like, why would I be so dramatic like that? And now I'm like, I want 5.
As you should. It's your day. Last time we spoke to Jason, I think back in March, he said that the wedding date might be early 2023 now. Is that still the case? Have you set the date yet?
We really want to actually do a New Year's Eve wedding. So we still want to do it this year. And we're just trying to find the perfect venue. We actually found one, and I'm not going to call them out, but they said they were available on the date we wanted, and we were so excited. And then 3 days later, they called us saying, we cannot believe we made a mistake, but it's actually not available that day. And we were so bummed out.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, it's so hard. Well, you guys you've been so busy and, of course, COVID happened and then you were on the Dancing with the Stars tour. So I know that planning has been kind of delayed a little bit.
I know. I keep getting jealous, like everyone that gets engaged, all of a sudden they're wedding plannings and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, finally, like I want to go on Instagram and do polls and have people help me and like look at my collection with Amazon Handmade too, because people can shop the collection and see, my first one, and you can go to Amazon.Kaitlyn Wedding Shop. And it's just, there's so many cool things in there.
So many. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be so cool. Who is the bigger bridezilla, you or Jason?
I'm not one yet. I think maybe like when it comes closer to the date, I might get a little more bridezilla-y, but we're both so different in the best ways for planning, because he obviously like, you know, has been in finance his whole life and he knows how to budget and like create a budget, and he's really good at spreadsheets and all of that. And I'm really good at like the creative side of it and what I picture and how I want it to be unique and true to us. So it's a good combo.
I love that. Will the dogs be involved in the wedding?
Yes, we are. We're getting them custom made tuxedos.
I love that. That is so cute. That is so great. Are any members of Bachelor Nation in the wedding party? Have you figured out your wedding party yet?
I think I have my wedding party nailed down. I think, well, I haven't asked her yet, so I don't want to say it out loud yet until I personally ask her. But yeah, I think there's probably going to be one in there. But definitely some Bachelor Nation people involved in the whole wedding.
Definitely. What are you most looking forward to about being a wife?
I don't think anything's going to change.
You're like, I already feel like that.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I'm just the most excited to probably start a family, because I would probably do that now, but Jason's more on the traditional side and says we have to get married first. So probably having a family.
Are you going to enjoy newlywed life for a little bit, or or is family planning fast tracked?
I think it'll be fast track because we're enjoying the engagement process more than anything. It's been a way longer engagement than we thought. Like, I remember we got engaged in May and we're like, okay, we'll do it in May of next year. And now we're in June and I'm like, holy crap, that happened so fast. So I think we're enjoying the engagement, and then we'll do a little fast track to the fam.
That's great. Are you going to be choreographing your first dance? Will Artem help out in that? Or how's that
well,
going?
you know, so Daniela and her husband Pasha actually have a wedding like website where they teach dancing for like first dances for couples. So I actually was like, maybe they could teach us something.
That's so good. Well, you have to have a choreographed dance. Like I feel
have to. Yes.
I don't know if Jason will be on board for that, but
he will. I've already asked him.
I love that so much. And I know you said, fast track to baby. I mean, what kind of mom do you think that you'll be?
I don't know. All of my friends who have had babies have said they're way different moms than they thought they would be. You have this thought in your head and this expectation of what motherhood will look like, and then it all changes once the baby comes. So I like to picture myself as like zen and so calm and just like letting that baby feel love and positive energy. And I'm like all into this woo-woo stuff right now where I'm like, I'm going to be on the highest vibrations and I'm just going to make my baby feel so loved. But I'm like, who knows? I might be chaotic and like a crazy lady once my baby comes, because I'm a crazy dog mom. So who knows?
No, it's totally fine. Like I was like, I'm never going to have my daughter like have an iPad at dinner. Here's your iPad at dinner.
You know what? You got to do what you got to do. And that's the kind of mom I want to be. I want to just do what feels right for me.
Yep, definitely. What about Jason? What kind of dad do you think he'll be?
He won't want to change diapers, but he'll be a great dad. Actually, that's not true, because I think he was weird about picking up dog poop in the first place. And now he's like, oh, I love them so much. But he's so good with like my niece and nephew. I watch him with them, and he's so good with them when it comes to like talking about their feelings or helping with homework, or just like he just kind of already has that dad figure going on, like the dad vibes. And so I think he'll be great.
I love that so much. And, there's some big wedding news in Bachelor Nation. Obviously, Becca and Thomas just got engaged. Have you been able to spend any time with them? And what are your thoughts of them as a couple? I have spent time with them. They're so great. They're just like, they're so, such a good match. They're both so fun, outgoing, loving, happy-go-lucky people that want to like adventure the world together. And I love how it all went down. I feel like Becca's so progressive and like outspoken about being progressive. And I just think that was so on brand for her. And I was just so proud of her. And I love that, Thomas wouldn't be emasculated by that. And I just think I think they're just a great couple. They really are. Would you have proposed to Jason if he didn't do it first? Well, Mr. Traditional over here probably wouldn't have liked that, but I would have, yeah, for sure. If it came down to that, absolutely. I love that so much. I know that you and Becca Tilly were both on Crystal's this season. How happy are you for her that she made her relationship with Haley public? I love it so much. Anytime anyone can live their authentic life and like share it with the world and be proud and happy of who they are, I'm so proud of her. I think
she's just she just glows as a human being in general. And to see her that much more happy and true to herself is incredible to see as a friend of hers.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so happy for her. And you could just tell how much they absolutely love each other.
Oh my God. They are adorable. They're so sweet. And Haley is just such a kind, sweet, amazing, talented human being. And they're perfect.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know the Bachelorette is right around the corner. And as a fan of the show, I am disappointed that you are not going to be there guiding these ladies through it. I mean, how are you feeling about it now that it's like a couple months removed? Because I feel like this would have been perfect. I mean, 2 Bachelorettes, you've been through it.
I know. I know this whole time I've just been saying like, who better than to be there than Kaitlyn, having been in their position, having 2 Bachelorettes. But I know it's a much different season than mine would have been. You know, we ended up with 1 Bachelorette. They're having 2 to navigate the whole time. Of course, I would have loved to be there and support and, you know, be able to offer any kind of advice. And I'm the most emotionally available person there is. So I would have loved to have been there for them. But I also think Jesse Palmer is so great. And I really like him as a person and a host. So I know he'll do a great job, but I am sad I won't be there for them.
I am too. I know you said back in March that you were kind of triggered about having 2 Bachelorettes. What exactly did you mean by that? And do you think it is the wrong decision to do?
Well, triggered is a very overused word. I probably was just being dramatic as I can be. But I think it was more of I felt so compared to another woman in that position. But, you know, I had just come off The Bachelor where you're compared to 30 other women. And so I think I was in that moment just a little bit fragile. And then hearing that they were going to do 2 Bachelorettes again, I think my brain just went back to that time of being compared and pitted against another woman and having the men decide. And I just didn't want it to be like that for these women now, because the franchise has come so far. So I didn't want them to start going backwards again. And so I'm very curious to see how this plays out, because I really don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious to see too, because it seems like they're kind of going to be there for each other throughout the whole time and not pitted against one another, which I hope for the. I
hope so too.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. I totally agree. If you were in that position to give them advice pre and post show, obviously they're done filming, what would that have been?
Well, just to not compare themselves to one another, which they're friends. So I'm hoping that they, didn't do that. But I guess just to stay strong in who they are and not let, TV kind of get in the way of that, because, you do have to make a television show. And sometimes that comes with, not being able to stand up for yourself, or being afraid of an edit, or, trying to make good television. So I would say just kind of stay strong in who you are and just never compare yourself to the other one.
Definitely. Thoughts on Jesse Palmer also taking over for Bachelor in Paradise?
Well, I think they were looking for a consistent host throughout the franchise like they used to have with Chris Harrison. So doesn't surprise me, but it was fun for the short time that they had, David Spade come in and kind of poke fun with the show, not at the show, and have the women be there for the other women. And that was really, really fun for all of us. So, but I think they were looking for a more consistent host. So that makes sense.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina Garibaldi, the host of Us Weekly Celebrity Coverage. Don't forget to hit subscribe for the latest celebrity news, tips, and video. And for much more content, make sure you head on over to usmagazine.com, the official home of Us Weekly Magazine.